Now, during the COVID-19 pandemic, many of us are so much more housebound. And given this set of circumstances, some people say that they've attempted to cook more and to, in the process, try and be healthier and create more homemade treats for their children and themselves by simply trying to better understand certain foods and the way in which they make you feel. Now, has any of this made a change in your diet? Have you cut out certain foods? Now, Veganuary is an initiative to encourage people to follow a vegan lifestyle for the month of January. And that has become so popular that in 2020, South Africa had the 8th highest number of sign-ups for Veganuary, and the project is still active. Now, Sue Gajathar, who is the founder of Vegan Chef, joins us now to tell us more about this. Sue, falling all over it, Veganuary. Is that how we say it?
Yes, Veganuary.
So thank you so much for speaking to us.
Good morning, and thank you for having us on the show.
So let's start with the basics. So what is a vegan?
So vegan is a cruelty-free lifestyle which focuses on plant-based consumption. So there's no meat, no eggs, no dairy, and anything that's derived from an animal in your diet. It also focuses on environmental awareness.
So when people are cutting out animal products, and one would imagine this is now dairy, it's meat, how do you substitute for this? And does your body go through any sort of withdrawal when you suddenly cut this out of your diet?
You could have a detox, but not really. Anyone can go into a plant-based diet, and it's relatively very easy and also very affordable. So if you look at pantry essentials that you could include in your vegan diet, it would be basic things like oats, beans, lentils, fresh fruit, vegetables, nuts. So it's basic things that you can get from the store and include in your diet. You can obviously make really, very delicious, gorgeous foods, eat the rainbow. That's what I always tell everybody. And I went vegan 5 years ago. I've been born vegetarian. So it wasn't such a big jump for me. You can even make your plant-based milks at home or using nuts, oats. The retail stores have really come to the party for Veganuary and Meat-Free Monday. So there's so many options. I mean, when I went vegan 5 years ago, you could count the amount of plant-based milks on the shelves. Now it's just, there's so many brands out there. So definitely we're seeing a spike in veganism in South Africa and this cruelty-free lifestyle.
So one of the criticisms of veganism is that it's quite expensive, and some people have said between 30 to 70% more expensive. Now, if you look at the items that are, of course, plant-based, what are the pros and the cons depending on how processed it has been?
So you can, go for a 100% plant-based diet where you don't have substitutes in your diet, or you can have the additional meat-free sausage or burger, and that's where it becomes a little bit expensive. If you're using local brands, local is lekker, so it isn't that expensive. But if you're going with international brands, then it does become very pricey. If you look at things like cheese, imported cheeses and things like that, the prices are quite high, vegan cheeses. But as I said, you can make all of this at home. There's recipes, Veganuary. If you sign up for Veganuary, they will help you. They will guide you from breakfast, lunch to dinner. Challenge your friends. It's not too late to sign up. Go and sign up, and they'll support you through this. And, if Veganuary is a bit tough for you, then go Meat-Free Monday and start there. And as I said, it's essential things. I've started a little herb and veggie garden where I get the weather is so fantastic in Johannesburg. I'm getting a lot of rain, and my lettuce, tomatoes, herbs, all of that I get from my garden. So I think it's just a misconception. Also, once the demand increases, obviously prices will go down in terms of some of the meat-free alternatives and things like that on the shelves. But we're definitely seeing a wider range. And obviously, if you don't want to spend money, and you don't want you want it to be a really low cost, it is actually one of the cheapest diets you can go on. And the only thing, if you continue after Veganuary and you want to continue a vegan diet, the only thing you need to supplement on is a B12 tablet, which you take twice a week. There's no other additional. If you're eating a balanced diet, you don't need to have any vitamins, any additional vitamins or anything of that sort. Always good to see a dietitian, but as I said, I didn't visit a dietitian. I went from a vegetarian to vegan diet. But for me, just taking out the dairy, I felt so energetic. I felt so good. After that 1 month of doing Veganuary, I just couldn't go back. Also, you look at, people are very conscious now. They're looking at where we're getting our foods from. COVID-19 is real eye-opener. Factory farms and the way animals are treated, as well as the cruelty in the dairy industry, and all the hormones and things like that. Everyone needs to look at the foods and what we're eating. And also from an environmental perspective, from global warming, a vegan diet is so good. Even if you just do it once a week, meat-free one day.
And very often people worry and they say, some people actually look malnourished, but I'm looking at you and you're looking very good. For many celebrities who have also changed their lifestyles and have gone vegan. You look at celebrities endorsing this, like Serena Williams, Beyonce and Jay-Z, the likes of Tom Brady, Meghan Markle, Ellen DeGeneres, the list just goes on. Is it a sort of status symbol? One starts to wonder. What do you make of that?
I think from a personal point of view, it's promoting an environmental friendly and cruelty-free lifestyle. So, look at some of the positive influences like Lewis Hamilton, Virat Kohli, Serena Williams, Novak Djokovic. They're smashing it on a plant-based diet. There's documentaries out there, there's research out there that's saying that if you're consuming a balanced plant-based diet, you will heal faster. So if these celebrities are going with this trend, and obviously, there's a lot of them. I look at Leonardo DiCaprio. They're doing it for really, really good reasons. And the bigger picture of global warming, if we don't change now, we don't change our eating habits and how we're sourcing our food, it's a big problem. A very simple example is I've got young kids that are vegan. And children in school don't know what peas look like in a shell. And they all just want to see the kids' food. They're like, oh, what is this? So, it's about just including everything. We need to even start with our children, changing their mindsets, changing them, getting them to eat more of the rainbow, more of the beans, more of the plant-based proteins and fruits and vegetables in diets.
We are running out of time. We're going to get cut off here. But I have to ask you, it almost goes against everything that we've been taught. Like, for example, you talk about young children, and we were always told you must drink your milk. The calcium is good for your teeth and your bones. And now you're saying, cut all of that out. So how do you then supplement for all of that? And also, we are at the tail end of Veganuary. Can people still try it out, and how do they go about that with some support?
Not too late. Sign up and, as I said, they will support you and they'll continue to support you during the year. You continue to get newsletters, and then there's so many blogs you can follow. There's so many, so much of knowledge. There's Vegan SA in South Africa. You can follow their page. There's just so many places you can actually get knowledge from. I understand where you're coming from, that you were taught to have milk. So was I. I was born vegetarian. But my daughter was born with a dairy allergy. So one of the reasons why I went vegan is because my vegetarian daughter can no longer have dairy. So there's so much you can get from plants at the moment, from your plant-based milks, from your veggies, your calcium intake. Also, research has constantly been changed. And really, the old research of, yes, we get all our calcium from dairy has actually changed. And as we evolve, we'll learn more. And we'll learn where we can get these from our natural foods.
Well, Sue, thank you so much for your time. That was Sue Gajathar, who is the founder of The Vegan Chef, talking to us about going vegan during the month of January, known as Veganuary. But as she says, you can still sign up, you can still try this out. And if you have, let us know. And I didn't know that our own Valen Kirtley is vegan. I've just learned something. Leanne, I know you want to say something. We'll talk about this after the break.